Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. It is April 20th, and we are going to take a look at Tesla stock from a technical analysis perspective. My goal in doing these videos is to help you understand how you can use technical analysis to make better trading and investing decisions. But I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and make your own decisions. Okay, so Tesla closed at $977.20. That's down $50.95. So that's 4.96%. So this is what we closed at today. And we are going to take a look at what's happening post-market. And we are going to take a look a little bit at the earnings call. So today we opened up right next to our resistance here, our first channel resistance. First channel resistance is here. We touched it yesterday. We touched it today. And today the direction was just straight down. We have a support at 975.07, and we came right down to that support. The stock is not going lower than 975.07. It has been that way for the past 7 days. At the same time, the stock is in a downtrend. This is the trend it's in. The stock is going down. This is the channel that the stock is following. This is what's happening. This is the truth. Numbers, the stock chart is the truth. Upstream of that are what are people thinking, and upstream of that are the actual news. Tesla is producing this much. Tesla is making this much profit. All of these news are being interpreted by people. They might be misinterpreted. They might be correctly interpreted. What is truth? What is not? What is going to happen in the future with Tesla? Blah, blah, blah. These are all valid questions. And many people have different opinions about that. And these different opinions produce different behaviors, buying, selling. And this is what's impacting the stock market. Let's jump right into the earnings call. Let's first look at what TradingView is showing us. So TradingView is showing us that Tesla reported earnings of $3.22 a share. And the estimate was 2.26. So this was a great surprise, 42% better performance on the earnings per share. In terms of revenues, Tesla made almost $1 additional billion than was predicted. This looks like a good news. So we are going to see tomorrow what is going to happen if this is going to translate in a move in the stock. So let's look at the earnings call. Just go on this website, investorrelation.tesla.com. You go right here and you click on the shareholder deck. And then we can take a look at it in more details. Let's go directly here on this grid. So Q1 2022, and we can compare it to last quarter. So in terms of automotive revenues, Tesla made almost 1 billion more than last quarter, which is great because usually first quarter, look at other automakers, their sales tend to be down on the first quarter of each year, but Tesla has even increased its revenues in this quarter. The gross margin for automotive is 5.5 billion compared to 4.8. Gross margins at 32.9 versus 30.6. Total revenues, 18 billion, so 1 billion more. Total gross profit, 5.4 versus 4.8. GAAP gross margin, 29%. Operating expenses, I guess this is what threw people off a little bit. During the last quarter, operating expenses were quite high, 2.2 billion compared to the previous quarters. And I assume that some analysts thought this would be in line with the past quarters, but no. This is coming down significantly. So this is really nice. And this is giving us an operating margin of 19.2% compared to 14% in Q4 of last year and 14.6% in Q3 of last year. So that's interesting to see this. EBITDA margin at 26% versus 23%. This is a good number. Net income, the GAAP net income 3.3 versus 2.3. And the earnings per share, 3.22 non-GAAP compared to 2.54. So things are doing great for Tesla. Let's look briefly at Hyperchart. So we have in Q1, in terms of vehicles delivered, we looked at that in the past. 310,000 cars versus 308. This is good because most of the time Q1 has less cars delivered than Q4, but now we have more cars in this quarter that have been delivered. In terms of revenues, the revenues are increasing by $1 billion. This is interesting. Operating income, you can see the revenues here, the gross profit increasing and the operating income also increasing. Net income increasing quite significantly. Look at this curve. In terms of margins, the margins are also increasing. They flatlined a little bit, and now we can see that they surpassed 25% for gross margin and they are climbing. And it's even more steep for the operating margins and the profit margin. It's a steeper climb. Operating expenses dropped significantly. So this is nice to see this. A great quarter for a Tesla. So now let's try to see what this is going to show here on the chart. So right now we have the post market at 1038. This is where the candle would be right now. This is what concerns me a little bit, is that we are still below this first channel resistance, and the first channel resistance is approximately at 1040. So I would like Tesla to break 1040 to break free of this first channel resistance here. So I think this is important because this is a resistance that was used in the past a lot. If you look at June 25th, if you look at August 3rd of last year, September 7th, September 27th, the stock was going up, but still had a hard time breaking that resistance. And once it broke it, then it started to go higher and higher. So I feel that we need to break 1040 to really give the chance to the stock to reach back this downward resistance that we have at approximately 1140. And if we break that, then we can start thinking about 1210. This is going to be interesting to look at it tomorrow. So I'm going to check tomorrow here on the 1 hour chart or even on the 5-minute chart to see what is happening with the opening. Are we going to open below 1040? If we do, I'm just going to watch it. But if we break 1040, then maybe this is time to get a little bit more into Tesla. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. You can click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.